Hi there, my name is Victoria, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use ChatGPT voice feature to improve your speaking skills, to boost your vocabulary, to practice grammar everywhere, anytime you need. Let's get started. Learning to speak fluently a foreign language can be really challenging for language learners. Mastering grammar and vocabulary might be also quite challenging, and you want to practice it daily. But you can't attend classes regularly. So what to do? So in this situation, what you can do, you can try ChatGPT voice feature to improve your English or to improve any language that you are learning currently. Here I'd like to share with you 5 ideas that you can use to start with. You can learn new words. You can practice dialects in real time. You can practice grammar. Prepare for speaking exams. Or discuss any texts or articles that you like. So step 1 would be download the app. I recommend to look for an official app powered by OpenAI for security reasons. Step 2. Sign up or log in if you have an existing account. Step 3. Find a headphone icon and click on it to start your conversation. Step 4. Start speaking and wait for response. And finally, here is a tip for you. If you don't want ChatGPT to interrupt you, you simply hold the finger down on the white circle while speaking. So now, when you're all set, how to ask ChatGPT correctly so it does actually what you want it to do. You can start by introducing yourself. It might seem to be a little bit weird, but it will give you more personalized experience. Let's start. My name is Victoria and I'm an English learner at B1 level. I want to improve my English.
Nice to meet you, Victoria. Improving your English is a great goal. What area?
And so it will ask you what you want to improve. So the next step is to learn new vocabulary. Let's have a look. First, what you can do, you can start with learning new vocabulary. You can simply say what you want and ask it to create a list of words for you. Let's practice. Create a list of 10 words for grocery shopping in English at B1 level. Don't use simple words. Show how to use them in sentences.
Certainly. Let's expand the vocabulary for grocery shopping with slightly more advanced words. 1. Produce. The produce section is where you can find fresh fruits and vegetables. 2. Delicatessen. I'll stop by the delicatessen to pick up some sliced turkey for sandwiches. 3. Condiments. We're running low on condiments like ketchup and mustard. 4. Canned goods. Don't forget to check the canned goods aisle for beans and tomatoes. 5. Grains. I'll grab some grains like quinoa and barley for a healthy side dish. 6. Dairy.
So you have the idea. It provides you with a list of words that might be new and it gives you the context. So what's next step? What can you do with these words? The next step that you can do, you can simply ask it to check your knowledge of these new words. Let's start. Check my knowledge of these words. You give me the word from the list in English and I will create a sentence. Correct if I make a mistake.
Sure, let's get started. The first word is delicatessen.
Delicatessen. Okay, so we need to buy some delicatessen.
Almost perfect. The correct usage is, okay, so we need to buy some delicatessen items. Keep up the good work. What's the next word you'd like to practice?
You give me the next word.
Certainly. The next word is condiments.
Okay, we ran out of condiments such as ketchup, mayonnaise.
Good effort. Just a small correction. Okay, we ran out of condiments such as ketchup and mayonnaise. Well done. What's the next word you'd like to practice?
So you see, I deliberately made some mistakes so that it corrects me. And that's a great way to learn new words and to improve your sentences, to improve grammar, as well as to practice speaking in real time. Great idea, right? When you finish learning new words, you can open your chat and you will see that all your words and your whole conversation is presented in text format. So what you can do, you can simply copy and paste this list into your Quizlet set and practice it more if you need. So that's a good option and a good hint to know. And one more thing, if you have your Quizlet set ready, you can simply copy and paste the link and it will check your vocabulary knowledge based on that list that you created. You can do the same with just Word, maybe format list. If you copy and paste a table with words, it will also do the same job for you. So these are just a few tips on how you can improve your vocabulary, how you can do it in an interactive way using ChatGPT. Let's move on. Now we're going to talk about dialects. Once you learned new vocabulary, you can move on to practicing dialects and see if you can use those words in real life situations. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's imagine we want to practice a dialect in a restaurant. Okay, I want to roleplay a dialect in a restaurant. You are a waiter and I'm a customer. Use simple and short phrases. You start.
Welcome to our restaurant.
Hi, can I have a table for two?
Sure, follow me, please. Here's your table.
Thank you, that's a really nice place. Could you give us the menu, please?
Of course. Here's the menu. Take your time to decide.
Could you bring some sparkling water while we're choosing?
Absolutely. I'll bring you some sparkling water right away.
And that's the way how you can practice a dialect in real time. You can ask it to be more specific and to use longer sentences if you are a more advanced student. You can probably even upload a menu so that you can create a dialect around a specific menu that you would like to practice. You can be quite creative, but it provides you with a very, very valuable and really practical skills of speaking so that you can prepare for any situation that you need while you travel or while you are speaking English and you probably learning the language. So I hope it was useful, but you can think about other different situations where you can practice dialects. So let's move on. Sometimes grammar can be quite tricky and difficult to master, but if you need more practice and you want to use it in speech, so I feel that ChatGPT is an absolutely amazing tool for you to use. Conditional sentences are quite challenging for most students, and practicing them is essential to improve your fluency and speech. So what we can do with ChatGPT, we can just ask it and to help us. Let's try. I want to practice conditionals type 2. Ask me one question at a time. Correct mistakes.
Sure, let's practice conditional type 2. Here's the first question. If you had more free time, what would you do?
If I had more free time, I would probably travel more.
Great job. Your sentence is correct. Here's the next question. If you could learn any language, which one would you choose?
Oh, that's an interesting question. If I could learn any language, I would probably choose Japanese.
Well done. Your sentence is correct. Here's the next question. If you won the lottery, what would you do with the money?
If I won the lottery, I will travel around the world.
Almost there. Since we're talking about a hypothetical situation, we should use would instead of will. So it should be, if I won the lottery, I would travel around the world. Keep up the good work. Ready?
So you can see that I made a mistake in the third sentence and it corrected me and it provided the right answer. It's an amazing tool for people who want to practice more and who want to master it. And you can do it in different other ways. You can ask questions using conditional structures and wait for a response from ChatGPT. Okay, so let's explore more options how we can use ChatGPT to practice or to improve grammar knowledge. If you're learning irregular verbs and you want somebody to check your knowledge, you can also ask ChatGPT to help you. Let's try and see how it works. I want to practice irregular verbs. Give me the first form. I will tell you second and third forms. Wait for my answer and then correct mistakes.
Got it. Let's start with the irregular verb give. What are the second and third forms?
Okay, so give, gave, given.
Exactly right. It's give, gave, given. Well done. Let's move on to the next irregular verb. What's the first form you'd like to practice?
Maybe ask me think.
Sure. For the irregular verb think, what are the second and third forms?
I don't remember. Can you help me?
Of course. The second form is thought, and the third form is also thought. So it's think, thought, thought. Great effort. Let's continue practicing with another irregular verb.
So now you see that you can play with ChatGPT and ask it to do what you want, and you can actually learn irregular verbs quite effectively and maybe in a more interactive way, and it will be not so boring and tedious. Let's see how else we can use ChatGPT to practice grammar. Once you learned irregular verbs and maybe you want to practice it in a more interactive way, using them in questions and responding to those questions. So we can do it with ChatGPT as well. Let's try. I want to practice past simple with irregular verbs. Ask me one question at a time. Wait for my answer. Correct mistakes.
Got it. Here's the first question. What did you eat for dinner last night?
That's a good question. I ate some salad.
Your sentence is correct. Here's the next question. Did you see any interesting movies recently?
I see interesting movies recently.
Almost there. Since we're talking about the past, it should be saw instead of see. So it's I saw interesting movies recently.
So you can see that ChatGPT understands that you wanted to correct your mistakes, and I made a mistake, so to show you that it works this way if you ask it correctly. Okay, so I hope you will use this hints and tips to improve your grammar, any aspect of grammar that you are struggling with. Okay, let's move on and talk about some speaking exams. If you are preparing for speaking exams, and you feel that you need more practice and you want to do it daily, you can also use ChatGPT to help you with. Let me show how. If you're preparing for a speaking exam in English and you feel nervous and you want to practice more, here is what ChatGPT can do for you. I'll show you how. First, you have to ask it correctly to help you. I'm preparing for speaking exam in English level B2. I will describe a picture and then you improve it.
Sure, go ahead and describe the picture, and I'll assist you in refining your description.
Okay, here is the picture. In the picture, I can see 3 friends sitting on a log. They're looking at the lake. In the background, I can see beautiful mountains. The greenery is lavish. That's all I can say. Can you help me and improve it a little bit? But it shouldn't be too formal.
Absolutely. Let's add some flair to your description while keeping it natural. In this cozy scene, 3 pals are chilling on a log, soaking in the view of the serene lake ahead. Towering mountains loom in the background, adding a majestic touch to the lush green surroundings.
I love it, majestic touch to this serene and lavish, greenery. So it's really amazing that we can use this option in ChatGPT to improve your speaking. And I just showed you, it doesn't see your picture in a free version. In a paid version, you can upload the picture so it can help you even more. But even if you're using a free version, it still works. Okay, so what else you can do with ChatGPT, I'll show you in a moment. If you're preparing for a specific speaking exam, you can also use ChatGPT to help you practice speaking. And I'll show you how you can do it. You are an FCE examiner and I'm taking an exam. Ask me general questions from speaking part 1, correct my mistakes, and give short feedback.
Absolutely. Let's continue with another question. As an FCE examiner, I'm interested in hearing about your favorite type of music. Could you tell me what kind of music you enjoy listening to and why? Go ahead and respond, and I'll provide feedback and corrections as needed.
I'm really keen on different kinds of music, but I would say I'm a big fan of rock music, so I find it quite deep and inspiring. So, but I can listen to different kinds of music and I pay attention to lyrics.
Just a couple of small adjustments. I'm really keen on different kinds of music, but I would say I'm a big fan of rock music because I find it quite deep and inspiring. However, I can listen to different kinds of music and I pay close attention to the lyrics.
Okay, so you can see that it corrected my response, it just slightly adjusted, so then I can go back to the text and find this improved version. I can learn it and then do better on my test. I hope it was useful. And finally, what you can do, you can discuss any texts from your textbook or any articles you like with AI. Well, what you can do, you can simply copy and paste the text from your copybook or from your textbook. You can simply copy and paste the link to the article that you want to discuss. With links, I would be cautious because sometimes it doesn't recognize links. This says that it cannot read it. So you simply can copy and paste the text. Okay, after you do that, you should prompt it. Okay, let's try. I want to discuss this article with you. You start a conversation, ask questions one at a time. Use friendly and engaging tone, correct mistakes.
Absolutely. Let's dive into the article you shared. What's the main topic of the article, and why did it catch your interest?
Well, as you can see, this article was about this viral performance that went viral actually during the Oscar, and Ryan Gosling just stole the show. Um, yeah, that's what caught my attention.
Ryan Gosling's performance at the Oscars must have been quite memorable. What specifically about his performance do you think made it stand out and capture so much attention?
Okay, so and then we continue discussion. Definitely, I have to read the article or at least watch the video. But this performance really went viral, and if you watch the Oscar, you understand what I'm talking about. However, these options that ChatGPT provides for speaking are limitless. So basically, we can explore more, and I hope these little tips will be very useful for language learners. And you can share your experience in comments, and you can also share your experience with me during our classes. So hope this video was useful. This way, you can practice speaking every day. You can practice any skill you want to improve. I will share with you more ideas in my future videos. Thank you. Stay tuned.